So now do one thing, let's go for a little different type of production rule where we have a possibility of lambda. I know that lambda generally will be basically we should be vanished at the time of you can say um, cleaning of the different production rules from a grammar. But still, if we have a production rule something like this, like say for example is to ABC, a fairly simple one, and then I have written A to lambda, B to small b, and C to small c. Okay. Now you see, if I derive this particular production rules in some order, for example, I will do like this: is to capital A, capital B, capital C, and since B is derived to lambda, and this will be derived to small b, and this will be derived to small c. Now we know with respect to terminal symbol this lambda does not have any existence, right? So that means if I ask you that what is the string generated from this grammar, you will say it's BC. You will not say lambda BC, right? Because lambda doesn't have any physical significance with respect to terminal. Now from this situation, if I ask you that what is first of A, first and follow of this particular situation, what you will say? Let's take a very simple example. For example, this one, um like if I say that what is first of S over here, you cannot say lambda because lambda doesn't have any physical significance with respect to terminal symbol. That means this part vanishes. Now, if this part vanishes, naturally B will come as the first character. That means in this situation, the first of S will become B. And naturally, this first of B doesn't have any changes over here. So first of B will be as it is small b, and first of C will be also small c. But in other side, but in other side, if I see what is first, oh, I'm sorry, I had a mistake. First of B, C I have done, but I have not done first of A, right? I have to do this. So first of C, I should write here, which is basically small c. First of B, which is basically small b. And what about first of A? A is generating lambda, right? Basically, you can say. So that's why here the first of A you can say lambda. So this is all about first. And what about follow? Follow of S will be naturally dollar. We know that because this is start symbol. Follow of uh, capital A will be what? Follow of capital A means first of capital B. First of capital B means small b. Follow of capital D means first of capital C. That means small c. Now follow of capital C means naturally it is the last character of the RHS, so that means first of S. That means follow of S. That means dollar. Now one important observation we have found here. Can you tell me which one? A very important observation. That is, in first during finding the output of first function, we may get lambda. In other side, if I have another production rule, for example, like uh, just a minute. I have to understand just a minute. Okay, let's take another production rule like S to A B C D E, long production. A B C D E. Just a minute. Now using this, I have some alternative for A also. A can be small a or lambda. B can be small b or lambda. C can be small c or lambda. D can be, okay, let's take C can be only small c, not lambda. Okay. And D can be written as small d or lambda. And E can be small e or lambda. Now see, from this production rule, if you start drawing A, B, C, D, E, I have S to A, B, C, D, and E. Since different options are there, it is definitely not possible to draw all the possible derivation trees, but I hope you can understand that from A, I can have either small a or lambda. If there is a small a, then the first of s will be small a, right? But if that is lambda, then lambda will not be considered. Then the a part will simply vanish, as we have seen in the previous case. Then we will have a possibility to check the b part. And what is this b? B can be small b or lambda. That means if capital A is lambda and capital B is small b, then capital S, the first of capital S, can be small b also. There is a possibility. But capital B can be also lambda. That means if capital A and capital B both are lambda, then capital C can be written as small c. That means first of capital S can be small c. So there is the possibility that first of capital S can be capital A, capital B, capital C. Right? So that means the first of S that we have to write over here, from here we can say that the first of S by the way, if I consider this is lambda, yes, capital A, it can be, I'm sorry, by capital A, it should be small, everything should be small. So there is a possibility that first of S can be small a. Also there is a possibility first of A can be small b. Also there is a possibility first of A can be small c. But not small d not possible. Small e not possible because c does not have any lambda. You can stop over here. Now what about first of A? What is first of A? You see, I have two possibilities. I can be small a or can be lambda. Right. So that means uh, the first of A can be, you can say, a small a or can be lambda. We will write in comma. The options we write in comma. Now see, what about first of B? Can anybody tell me? That is small b or lambda. As simple as that. First of capital C is what? Only small c. First of capital D, there is two possibility, D or lambda. And first of capital E, small e or lambda. So I hope you can understand one thing, that finding the first is not very tough job, but it may be critical to find the follow, because follow have little bit tricks. Follow require little bit tricks. For example, follow of S. If I say what is follow of S, naturally it is dollar. There is no other option because it is the first character. What is now follow of capital A? You see, follow of capital A can be first of small capital B, and first of capital B is B or lambda. But if the first of B is lambda, then this lambda doesn't have any existence with respect to the physical string. That means you can assume that that part vanished. That means the follow of A will be basically this capital, capital A will be basically followed by the first of capital C, which is basically small c. That means first of A, you should not write that small b, lambda and small c. Like in previous case, we have seen that follow of A means first of B. So whatever is first of B, I have written blindly. But you cannot do it really blindly, because if there is a lambda in the first of the next symbol, then you have to consider lambda. By assuming there is a lambda, you have to consider the next derivation also. The terminal that is generated as a first symbol from the next to next non-terminal. For example, C over here. That means first of A can be small b, because B can be small b, and if B is lambda, then this part vanish, then small c will come. So there is two possibility. Similarly, if I say what is first of capital B, what you will say? I'm sorry, follow of capital B. Follow of capital B is easy, because follow of B is only followed by this capital C, and capital C doesn't have any option of lambda. So definitely it will be only small c, and it stops here. And what about follow of this capital C? Follow of capital C can be first of D, and first of D can be small d. So there is a possibility it can be small d. And other than small d, if D is null, lambda, then you can go for this first of E. Right? If you go for first of E, there is again two options. E can be, this can be E also. Fine. But you see, this E can be lambda also. And if it is lambda, that means there is no existence of capital D and capital E derivation part. So that means this C will become the last symbol of the string. That means if C is the last symbol of the string, that means after C I must have a dollar, because we know from this grammar, because we have a dollar at the end. That means there is the possibility that follow of C can be dollar also. Similarly, if I go for follow of D, we'll have the similar option, almost similar option, because follow of D means first of E. First of E can be small e, and if it is lambda, then it will be dollar. I'm sorry, the sign was little bit emerged. Similarly, if I go for follow of E, since E is the last symbol in this production rule, naturally we can easily say that follow of me means follow of the start symbol, that is equal to dollar. Remember, follow of E means follow of the left hand side. Since left hand side is the start symbol, that is why you are writing dollar. If left hand side is not start symbol, then you should not write. Actually, you should write follow of the last character of the RHS equal to follow of the LHS. Now, if LHS is not a non-terming, I mean, if not a start symbol, then accordingly you have to decide. So this is what will basically the follow of this one. So from this example, one thing we can sure that definitely first is very easy to find out, and follow has little bit difficulties, but it is not very tough. If you do it very, if you conceptually realize that what exactly follow mean, I don't think that finding follow will be very difficult for you for some complex grammar. And one more thing we have, observed over here, a very important point here also we have observed. And what is that? We have observed that follow never contain lambda. That is the basic difference between first and follow. First may contain lambda, but follow never contain lambda. So this is a very some examples we have seen actually. So we will go through some more examples in the next class, and then we will see that how we can generate the LN1 parsing table, and also how can the table can be utilized for the LL1 parsing algorithm, so that we can parse a particular string from a grammar. And since that was top down parser, like in previous case we have seen that this LL1 parser is basically this LL1 parser is basically top down parser. So you will see that how from the start symbol using that LL1 parsing table you can easily generate that particular parsing tree to generate that particular string. So with some examples I've done today, we can end our class over here. Next day we will start with some more examples, and we will go through the LN1 parsing. Thank you.